Hey, what's up guys? This is PokerXpress, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Let's jump straight into the action.
Does go for the flat, which I think is going to be his default line. 4-4-5. Turn 8. Minnie's gonna have a go here. 1 million. It's 2.2. 2 spades, 2 diamonds on board. Matas calls on that draw heavy board with his ace high. River 7 of diamonds, about as wet as the cards can come. Midi firing again, 2.5. I can't see how Matas can ever call this. Matas burning all his time cards on this decision. Wow, he does throw it in the call. What a call that is. I don't know where that came from. So raise pre, one of the big stacks, pressuring a medium stack. 8-4 off. Yeah, this is pretty close for Armin. He decides he is going to play it. Nine, 7-4. Kevin takes the lead on this one. Armin does have backdoor hearts, and the 5 gives him some backdoor straight draws.
Can I get a coffee too and a cup to go, please? 1 second. Okay. Excuse me. Can I have a bottle of water? Bottle of water.
Check on the flop. 9 on the turn. Not a card that gives Armin any equity. Armin is going to take a stab at this 3 million with no pair, no draw. A little optimistic. Kevin calling with his pair. $10 on the end. Well, it's a bad card for Kevin to see because a lot of Armin's bluffs are going to be hands like Jack 10, 8 10, Jack 8, 10 8, 6 8. All these cards have got their on the river. So if Armin can find another bet, I think he will win this pot. Kevin does have an 8 blocking some of those. And against that bet sizing, 12 million. Of course, Armin can still have made hands on the turn, like 9x. I think Kevin is just going to have to let this one go. Well, he does make the call. Of the opinion, Armin's over bluffing, having an 8. Decided that he's gonna call. And that's sizing, obviously knocking 10x out of the value bet range.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. Also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
Ivy responded slightly more positively.
Bad sign for Charlie.
Charlie with the 5-3 of hearts in the big blind. Roberto had opened with the ace-jack of hearts.
1.8.
10-8-7, 2 diamonds on the flop. Gut shot for Roberto to go along with his ace high. 4-ball rolls off on the turn, giving Charlie a gut shot.
And Charlie would probably have expected Roberto to bet this very wet flop if he had a very good hand.
Senses the opportunity, fires on the turn, bets 2 million. These guys just aren't deep, but Roberto still makes the call. River another 8. Roberto's ace high still good, 8.8 million in the middle. Does Charlie fire another bullet?
Charlie's been known to make some overshoves, overbet bluffs. He's going for just half pot.
Bet a 4 million. Carroll's bluff work.
Credit to Roberto for considering this call, because I think this kind of board is all over Charlie's big blind defend range, and the way that Roberto played his hand, it really does look like an ace high or not a very strong hand, so Charlie could be value betting one pair here. 10, 7, obviously he'd value bet his 8.
Certainly making Charlie sweat it out.
Charlie can have a lot more than nutted hands here, like straights that Roberto just is so unlikely to have.
5 seconds.
Wow, hero call with the
Makes
ace
the
high.
call with the ace high. And what a call it is.
I think Charlie expected to get through that ace high a lot faster.
Well, Bryn with Queen Jack suited in the small blind. 5-handed, very good hand, but obviously out of position. And he does call fairly standard there, right, Sander?
Yeah, fairly standard, although nowadays you see a lot, especially in the high rollers, that people don't want to just call from the small blind because you give the big blind a really good price. So some of the guys just 3-bet all their hands in the small blind they want to play.
But one of the Queen Jack suited, one of the hands, probably it's up there in the hands he doesn't mind playing 3-way though,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Although that's kind of dangerous. If you only play hands that you wouldn't mind playing 3-way, the other guys will catch on to that.
Yeah. And, well, Bryn has flopped a gut shot. Stefan and Stevie both with ace high. Stevie's ace queen high way out in front though. And this is a board that obviously Stevie will know he's ahead of a fade 80% of the time, but Bryn can obviously have a king, but also a lot of his hands are going to check call here. But does he still have to bet this because it's 3-way and protect his hand?
I think he can do whatever. I like a small bet because people will have to play really honest against this. So everyone's hands will be fairly face up after this bet. And if you think they will call enough worse hands, you can just check it down after this, and you still make a few better, few hands that have 2 cards that can hit fold. And
Right.
apparently you can get called by Queen Eye as well. So
Yep, he does get called by the gut shot, which misses. Stefan folded his ace high. And Stevie now with another decision. See, there are a lot of, as you're saying, you know, Bryn does have a lot of kings in this spot. So if Bryn were to put out a bet here,
Immer noch so wie
imagine he
vorhin.
will.
2-3, Dom ist rausgeflogen.
Not a great spot for Stevie.
just want to say, I think if he bets, he should go quite big here, because he either has like a really strong hand like top pair or better, or a missed hand like Queen Jack Jack 10. Stephen doesn't have the best hand to call here with, because he has the queen.
Right. Blocks some of the hands he wants his opponents to have, which you say a hand like Queen Jack with a backdoor flush draw,
Yeah.
Queen Jack of diamonds no longer possible.
Yeah.
As Sander pointed out, 45 seconds in this event. I think purely because the event was scheduled not to have a shot clock, but then the guys wanted it and it was a compromise. They give them 45 seconds.
I think it's really much more fun. Oh, wow.
Well, he does make the call, and he will receive the good news. Ace Queen being the queen high of Bryn Kenny.
What?
Izzle with King 6. He comes in for a raise. Pavel has Queen 7 suited in the big. Can't see him going anywhere.
He raises to 35 million. Pavel calls. Nice door card, and both
Wow.
players have flopped a pair.
See, Izzle does the backdoor flush draw as well with his king. And he keeps the aggression up, as he has done every time he's flopped any hand in the heads-up play. Pavel, of course, has backdoor diamonds. So he will surely call.
Now, if he catches a diamond on the turn, he might want to play the hand far more aggressively. Obviously, if a heart comes, Isildur will be in the same spot. Currently winning, and it is the ace of diamonds on the turn.
Well, I imagine Pavel will check this and Isildur checks back.
Pavel,
Unless Izzle thinks he can get his opponent to call with a worse hand. He is cutting out a big bet.
this is a big pot developing here. Pavel with third pair nut flush draw. Isildur putting a sizable bet there, 105,000. Currently winning with his king.
Pavel obviously will call here. Does have a pair and the backdoor nut flush draw. No reason for him to fold.
It wouldn't surprise me if he raised.
Well, I think raising just makes all the bluffs fold and every better hand still calls. Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he's thinking Isildur is necessarily going to bet this big with just the king. If he knew that, he would raise, but I think he's expecting Isildur to check back.
Wouldn't the ace have been a good card just to rep it though?
And, well, he's got a pair. If he had no pair, then I think he might try and bluff. But Pavel does have a losing hand. I suspect this will go check-check. Pavel trying to work out how he missed that one. Desperate to get to showdown. So he could rep hearts here. He does rep hearts.
Wow!
He moves all in. What a play. What a play. He moves all in. How can
Surely
Isildur call?
Isildur can't call here. He's thinking it through in his head. He's thinking he called me on the flop. If he caught the ace on the turn, surely he would have bet.
Well, it's hearts or nothing.
Raised. Yes, he's checking the chip count.
Surely he can't call this. Just thinks there's no way Pavel calls 100 million with a flush draw.
In actual fact, he did. He had the nut flush draw in diamonds and a pair.
Well, the problem is the flush draw that he's most likely to check call with would be the king high flush draw with a pair of kings. And Isildur has that blocked. That is what is playing into Isildur's mind here. If he had the king of spades, he would just have to fold this. He does have pretty much the only flush draw.
He is seriously considering calling here, James.
I can see why. I can see his reasoning, and he's right. There's what hand does he call with a flush draw? Could of course be the nut flush draw.
What's your feeling? I think he's going to call.
On edge here.
What do you think at home? I mean, like, this is phenomenal.
So close. Pavel willing him to fold.
This is for the title.
Doesn't want to call, but his gut's telling him. Only the nut flush plays this.
Wow! What a goal! That's phenomenal!
Oh my God!
That is the greatest goal I've seen live here in Rosmerdorf. You saw it. Isildur made the call of the tournament.
Oh my word! Isildur, with that call, is the Party Poker Millions Germany champion.
That is phenomenal, James. I tell you what, I'm so glad I was in the commentary booth when that happened.
Oh